want you to think about how long you spend inside Premiere Pro every week. Now imagine spending that same amount of time, but everything moves faster. Quicker cuts, fewer interruptions, less waiting, less time wasted. In this video, I'm gonna show you 5 Premiere Pro tricks that won't only help you edit faster, but will also help you fix issues in your workflow that I promise you didn't even know existed. No stalling. Tip number 1, build keyboard shortcuts that match how you edit. Most video editors start editing with their mouse and never stop. What you're not realizing is just how much speed you're leaving on the table. Premiere is built to be driven by a keyboard, but there's one problem with that. The default shortcuts aren't built for you. So let's fix that. A quick trick I've learned is any action that you do more than 10 times a session should be a keyboard shortcut that you can easily press with your left hand. Why your left hand? Because your right hand shouldn't have to move from your mouse if you're shooting for maximum efficiency. A few keyboard shortcuts I recommend starting with are Add Edit, Ripple Delete, Trim to Next Playhead, and Timeline Zoom In. Spend 15 minutes adding these shortcuts and I promise you'll instantly feel a difference. You aren't gonna get any faster by working harder. You edit faster by removing the extra steps. Tip number 2, stop editing all at once, start editing in passes. One of the biggest reasons your edits are taking so long is because you're trying to do everything all at once. Cutting, timing, audio, graphics, color, you're constantly switching mental gears and tanking your momentum. Fast editors work in passes. First, focus on your structure. No polish, no audio tweaks, no micro adjustments. You just want to focus on getting your story down. Your second pass is for timing. Tighten those cuts, fix your pacing, and remove those dead air spots. Then finally, your third pass is for polish. Now you can go through, adjust your audio, add in your music, and do all the fun graphics. Premiere is built for this kind of workflow, especially with tools like markers, labels, and sequence versions. It can be easy to get wrapped up in your edit when you're stopping to fix every little thing, but instead, just leave a marker and move on. This keeps you cutting continuously instead of constantly interrupting your own workflow. Tip number 3, organize your timeline intentionally. I promise, a messy timeline is going to be your edit's downfall. If you aren't clearly organizing your tracks, you're gonna waste time reorienting your brain every time you try to figure out where anything is. Some simple grouping rules that you can follow is keeping your dialogue on consistent tracks, grouping all of your music together, and keeping graphics and B-roll together. I also recommend color coding your different types of assets using labels. This will help you visually keep track of your groupings. You also should focus on using track targeting more deliberately too. You can dedicate different layers to different types of assets. Doing all of this effectively will prevent accidental edits, reduce undo cycles, and keep your edit moving forward without needlessly breaking your rhythm. Tip number 4, speed up team collaboration. If you work with a team of editors or even just pass projects between machines, you know the pain. Your own files become your biggest bottleneck as you're left downloading files, relinking media, waiting on updated project files, and dealing with duplicate files. That's where LucidLink comes in. LucidLink lets you and your team edit directly from the cloud, as if your files were on a local drive. No downloading your files, no relinking, and you don't have to re-upload your project every time you make an edit. You just open the LucidLink file space, open your Premiere project, and start editing. And if one of your teammates updates the timeline or drops in new footage, those changes are available immediately. Because with LucidLink, everyone is already looking at the same folder structure with the same files at the same time. And if you're working solo, LucidLink lets you seamlessly jump between your machines without having to re-download your files. That alone saves you hours wasting time by waiting for your files. Tip number 5, LucidLink's Premiere Panel extension. Now here's where LucidLink gets even faster. If you download the LucidLink Panel extension for Premiere Pro from the Adobe Exchange, you can optimize your file access at the sequence level. If you work with really large media files or your internet connection is a little bit slow, LucidLink lets you pin the files that you need. This will proactively cache your files so they stream smoothly regardless of your connection. The LucidLink panel centralizes this action and more. Instead of keeping entire folders open on the side just in case, the LucidLink panel identifies exactly which files are being used in your timeline and prioritizes them. This means even quicker access, even smoother playback, and even less waiting. And it's especially helpful when you're working with larger files in LucidLink, allowing you to stay locked in on your timeline, not just your file explorer. At some point, editing faster in Premiere becomes less about Premiere and becomes more about removing friction at every layer, from your hands and timeline to your files and collaboration workflow. So dial in your shortcuts, clean up your timeline, and stop letting your files keep you waiting. Switch to LucidLink and subscribe for more videos where we'll show you how to make your workflow actually flow.